That's what really matters. You gotta speak your heart, man.
It's gay, man.
Well, it's June, so that's why I said it.
Okay, fair.
See, so I'm right on brand.
You are, yeah.
Mm-hmm. We are live currently.
All right, let's do this.
All right, I'll zoom in over here. Yeah, let's see what you're up to.
Nah, man.
Nah, man. Can't be believing in yourself.
Nah, man, that's toxic.
That's toxic positivity right there, man.
I mean, it's not as toxic positivity.
No, I'm just...
as I could be.
No, obviously. We could have been our neighbor.
Could have been so much worse.
Right?
Could always be worse.
Well, that's weird. Someone was parked like right by our mailboxes. I didn't even notice that.
Who the fuck is you?
Alright.
Who you think you fucking are?
Maybe they couldn't park back in front of their house because the big plumbing trucks were there.
That's possible.
Earlier. I don't know.
But I will fight them.
No, they look like they're moving their car though right now.
Oh, okay, well then I guess I won't fight them.
Yeah. So I don't know. Very strange.
Also, apparently you can buy a Dawn Brothers fanny pack.
Bro, what?
You can...
We're gonna be fucking just fresh as Shirogane's dad.
Yeah. You can actually buy the the thing that he has. What's his face? Momoe Taro has.
Yeah.
God bless my can I word.
I'm in. Was that on like the Bandai store, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
The premium store?
Yeah, Tyler sent it to me.
That's sick.
He's like, bro, what the fuck?
Bro.
Like, I'm down.
Get the Momoe Taro, outfit going on here.
The Momoe Taro drip.
I think Devin could do that cosplay too, probably.
Oh yeah, he probably could. He definitely could, actually.
Yeah, I think he could pull that off pretty easy.
I still want to see him do Lupin Red, though.
He just needs to get, like, a normal outfit and the apron and the gun.
Yeah,
that's all he needs. He doesn't need the suit with the hat. He just needs the normal cafe outfit.
Yeah, that's all he needs, man.
He needs that, and then he needs the phone case.
Mm-hmm.
If he had that phone case, too.
Perfect, yeah. But he doesn't have an iPhone, I don't think, does he?
I mean, he just needs the case, though.
Okay.
So, you can get that case. I mean, it's just a...
I just didn't know if that case came specifically only as iPhone or if it came Android.
I really don't know, but I mean, it's just a pretty simple, like, what is that, some modern art kind of thing?
Yeah, it's like based off of that one guy.
Yeah, the squares and shapes and stuff. Like
the guy who posted his stuff upside down, you know.
Yeah, the guy that Binky Barnes had to fix at the museum.
Yeah.
So.
The very same.
Yeah, no, that's not like a specialty. I doubt that was a specialty phone case they had made for the show. That was just a nice looking phone case someone had.
Mm-hmm. It might have just been his phone case, to be honest.
It could have been, honestly. I mean, it seemed to, like, I don't know, it seemed to fit because they were like Phantom Thieves and it looked like, art.
Yeah, it was also mostly because it was 3 colors. It was the red.
Yeah.
The red, blue, yellow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just really worked. So, but I'm sure you can find that phone case.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah. At worst, you can find a bootleg of it.
Also true.
But yeah, so Devin just needs to go on Etsy, buy the apron from someone.
Mm-hmm.
And then get a morpher. Just get the gun. See if Tyler would lend him his, maybe.
Yeah.
That might work.
Probably wouldn't.
Hey, you never know.
You never know, but I was like...
You never know.
You don't ever know, but it's just like, that seems like one of those things I'm like, oh man, that seems so much. Like, how much trust you have to do to be...
It is a lot of trust, but...
I mean, because like, just give Excalibur to Devin? Like,
damn, you're right. I don't know what I'd lend to Devin.
Not much. Not much, let me tell you.
We say that, but he currently has a legacy deck.
I know.
And it has no dual lands in it.
So we're fine.
There's no dual lands.
So we're fine.
We don't only have dual lands. Kibler shuffled up.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if I saw Devin start hand flicking those fucking underground seas, I'd just cry.
Oh yeah.
I'd just start crying.
Right there.
Yeah. I didn't cry at any of my grandparents' funeral, but I'll damn sure cry at those underground seas graves right there.
It's so true.
That's it.
How does this sword even work? Fucking Christ. The more I look at it, the more it confuses me and angers me.
It's something kind of like Cloud Sword, you know, obviously it comes together in some sort of way, and they'll change it in the later version.
Mm-hmm.
That was such a weird thing to change too in the when they redid the Advent Children. Because the Omni Slash is different too, if I remember right.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it's different.
I don't want to watch it to confirm.
Well, I would watch that scene.
Yeah, that's fair.
I wouldn't watch the movie.
That's fair.
I'm probably never rewatching that movie again. I'm damn sure 1,000% never watching the director's cut one. Oh, I forgot this light. Now it looks a lot better.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Is that Bayonetta? Oh, that's funny. It does look like her hair in the silhouette. That's really funny. I can see what he's talking about.
Oh, that is really funny.
Do you see it? How the point is going? No, this is from RWBY.
Who's asking?
Zara is here.
Oh, hey, Zared.
So this is, that's going to be Weiss, the white girl.
Which is German for white. Wow, weird.
Yeah.
Weird. Trying to make this part work. Give me a sec, guys.
Yeah, right.
This weapon doesn't make sense.
It's not supposed to.
It doesn't need to, but
it just needs to be a gun that turns into a melee weapon, like every one of their other weapons.
Pretty much.
It's pretty much how everything in this show works. It is a melee weapon and a firearm.
Yep.
It's a show by Rooster Teeth. So, it has a manga, though.
I thought it was, like, okay, the parts that I saw at best, but I wasn't really into it.
Yeah, it's fine. I think it's a fun show. I enjoy whatever it's trying to do. I think I'm behind a season. Like, anytime someone complains about it, I'm always like, I don't know, I enjoyed it, whatever I was watching, but anytime someone's got super hard complaints about it, I'm like...
I don't have a super tough complaint about it, I just didn't really get into it.
Yeah, it's just weird whenever someone's just like super hardcore against it. It's I'm not saying it's you, I'm just saying it was always just one of those things that when people would ever be hardcore against it, and I just
Zared says, can't any gun be used as a melee weapon? You could just pistol whip someone.
It's true. It was just one of those things where I never understood why everyone had to be so vehemently against this show. It was the long and short of it. I was just like, bro, you can turn off the show, man.
Here's a little wiki link to it. So it's a machinima show that started quite a while ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yeah, when I think about it, it's been a minute.
Mm-hmm. But it's made by Rooster Teeth, the same company that made Red vs. Blue, which I think is still going, which is insane.
Yeah, that is also, yeah.
That's so crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Like, how is Red vs. Blue on, season 87 or whatever?
I have no clue.
That's utterly insane. It must be so completely different from when it started.
Oh, yeah. 1,000% different.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine it being anything other than insane right now.
I wonder if it's age, if on its progression is it better or worse than The Simpsons? You know what I mean?
Ooh, that is
as should it have ended or not? You know?
Yeah, I don't know that answer to that question. I don't want to know actually either.
Yeah,
it's one of those questions that I feel like no matter okay, the upside is not nearly as high as the downside.
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. If someone was to tell me that, oh yeah, it's really good, don't get me, you should definitely watch it, I'd be like, you're probably right, I probably should, but I don't have time, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I haven't watched it since season 3 or whatever when they switched to Halo 2.
Yeah, which is a lot. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's yeah, I could be good, but I don't know. I just the enjoyment and fun I would have from said show. I don't know how much it would outweigh if it ends up just kind of sucking.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want it to destroy the fond memories I had.
Yeah.
You know.
Which, yeah, I definitely would not be happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
would definitely prefer to, just let the past stay beautiful.
Yes, this series is still going, and the creator did pass away. They just had like a bunch of notes and everything, and the studio's still working on it.
I think it's past what they had written, though, right?
It is both past and still going. Slash, there's still stuff left.
Oh, okay.
In the original notes.
Sure. Okay.
There was enough notes for 12 seasons of material, and they're only on volume 8.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
It was just that, the notes that they're at right now are a lot more vague. So it's like one of those things where, at a certain point, it only can have so much information.
Yeah.
So you just kind of
You just gotta kind of fill in the blanks on, imagining how it's supposed to get to whatever's written there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to wipe this part out, or read it out, technically. Right now, actually, because this background's gonna be red. So,
Got it.
might as well just do it while I'm thinking about it. But,
yeah, the Berserk route.
pretty much.
I'm still surprised they actually decided to bring Berserk back.
Same. I'm interested to see how it ends.
Yeah, I want to know what they do.
Yeah, it's again, that was one of the, that's actually something I do care about, in terms of what are we doing here? How are we doing this? What is our stake in this? Fuck.
You need that?
Yeah, I do, but I'll just get it stuff here.
Okay, I actually don't know where it went.
It's at my foot, so.
Oh, okay. I just heard it hit the floor. Much like the bodies.
They always do.
Oh, Berserk is really good. I highly recommend it. It just sucks because the only good one to watch is the old 90s cartoon. I think that was from the 90s anime of it. I'm pretty sure that's a 90s one.
I'd buy that for $1, yeah.
I don't remember what year. What year is the original Berserk anime from?
I believe it's from the 90s.
97. Yeah, I was trying to remember. I'm I know it's 90s, but I couldn't remember exactly. There's a lot of good 90s animes that are from the very end of the 90s, but I always kind of think they're older than that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those hardcover books, those are really nice too. The quality on them is great.
Can I get one fucking high quality image, please? Please.
No.
I beg you. Good enough. Good enough for jazz.
I mean, it's a pretty fair assessment. If you don't like the first volume of Berserk, you're probably just not going to like it, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's not one of those oh, you got to read it until whatever.
It's tough though. Actually, now that I think about it, because the first volume of Berserk is very different, because it's right at the very.
Yeah, it actually starts in the present and then goes to the past.
Yeah,
but I feel like if you're into it, you'll know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. It's just one of those weird ones. I'm thinking about it.
That's why I was thinking if you could find the old anime, just watch a few episodes of it. Because the old anime is the better one. I just don't know if it's currently streaming or not.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Do they have devil fruit powers or an equivalent?
No.
Not really, no.
No, they're just normal ass dudes.
Yeah, most of the people are normal ass dudes until you get to demons and shit. And then they're demons.
Yeah.
That's what makes it fucking intense.
Because Guts is just a man who is literally too angry to die.
Yeah, it's a dark fantasy series. It's not much of a shonen battle. It's not a shonen battle series.
Yeah.
At all. People generally everyone having a power is kind of a hallmark of a shonen battle series, I feel.
Yeah, and this does not.
And yeah, this doesn't really have that.
This one, lots of people just die.
Yeah, you just get straight up fucking murdered.
I guess kind of. He says so. It's like 7 deadly sins.
No.
Like, not in the really anime-ish way.
Because Seven Deadly Sins is a bit too anime, if you ask me.
It's... yeah, Berserk is, like...
Much more realistic.
It's closer to just an actual TV show, almost. You know what I mean? Or something. I don't know how to say it.
Alright, Game of Thrones.
It's closer to Game of Thrones in terms of, like...
The magic level.
Yeah, there's not really too much at the beginning like that. It's mostly a lot of just actual, like, authentic humans killing each other, and there's a really good story. And then there are demons later. It's not much of a spoiler because it's a 30-year-old series. Like, you could look it up and you'd see demons, you know?
Yeah.
So. Plus, it doesn't take too long to get to that anyway.
No, they get pretty quickly in.
And if you start the manga, he's already fighting them.
Yeah.
Or even if you start the anime, the old anime.
Yeah, he's already fighting them.
Like, it's right at the beginning, it tells you that stuff.
Yeah.
And then it goes to the past.
That is pretty funny, though. No, I get you. But it is kind of funny that you said that, even if you're just messing around. But
It's an interesting way, because Seven Deadly Sins is like a way more anime-ass version, almost.
Yeah, and like anime in all the wrong ways.
Yeah. In the, like, just, you know... Yeah, it loses the humanity of it. Like, that's what makes Berserk really good. Is that since the people are generally just normal humans, you can really kind of, like, feel for them, you know?
Yeah, plus also, like, most of them, they're, like, just trying very hard to survive.
Yeah, it's one of those anime worlds you would not want to be in.
Yeah, to quote somebody who was asking about it.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the ones you wouldn't want to end up in, even if you got like a quote power or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
you could still die.
I would not want to end up in this world. It's a very rough world. But it's an amazing series.
Yeah, definitely agree on that.
I mean, without this series, like, you wouldn't have, Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. This is the series that put being a guy with a giant sword on the map.
Yeah, this would be, you wouldn't have...
you wouldn't have Dark Souls.
Dark Souls,
Elden Ring.
no Elden Ring, no anything.
There's tons of shit like that.
No Soulsborne games in general.
Yeah. Let's see. Wouldn't want to end up in most animes, to be honest, especially if you don't have plot armor. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because like...
Yeah, because there's very few... Because, again, if you just get sent to that world and you have no power, you're just going to die to everyone with a power.
Pretty much. Like, the only world that you could probably maybe make it out if you didn't have a power is One Piece.
Yeah.
And even then, you still need to train for hockey.
I think we decided Pokemon was probably one of the best ones, because pretty much anyone can just become a Pokemon trainer.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, you could just show up there and then buy a Pokemon from someone, some shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could walk into the, talk to that old man who catches a Weedle and then beat him up and take the Weedle. So, like, that would work.
Yeah. I don't think it's advised, but yeah, you do it.
Yeah. Might still be some assault charges if they catch you, but...
Yeah.
I mean, that's a free Weedle.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, Team Rocket will finally scout you out.
That's true. You just join Team Rocket off of that alone. Like, what have you done? I fucking beat up the tutorial guy and stole his Weedle. I'm like, well, shit, that's pretty good.
Well, it's better than most.
Yeah, exactly. Better than half these losers have done lately.
Hey man, that's hurtful. Good?
Yeah, good.
Maybe you'll fucking ship up?
Go do some crimes, bitch. Why are you standing around? I'm gonna beat up the tutorial guy. That's just fucking funny to think about.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you get sent to the game world, it's just fucking beat that old man up. If you took the old guy out though, no one would be able to item dupe.
That's true.
Because he has the glitch.
Yeah, take this Pokeball.
Yeah, right. He shows you how to catch a Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh yeah, that's nice. That's nice. What's that over there? Just bust his ass upside the head.
Yeah, dude. Easy.
Easy.
Let's see. Zara says, I'm trying to think of any other anime that we wouldn't instantly be threatened with some sort of cataclysmic event that would end the world. Yeah, right?
I mean, you could think of slice of life anime.
Yeah, I mean, you'd basically just be, you know, like if you just became a random student at the school in K-On! Or something, you know.
You're like, oh, it's not so bad.
Oh, I'm back in high school. Strangely in Japanese high school, but sure, whatever, you know.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah, whatever, you know, like that.
Hey, man, there's some pretty funny like high school animes you could be a part of.
That's true. You could get into some wild high school animes that would be pretty funny without even needing a power.
You could go to Baka and test, man. Your powers are based on your test scores.
That's true. Especially if you, like, knew the world, you could go find the cool people instantly.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, yo, I'm gonna go hang out with this person. Done. But yeah, most shonens, if you didn't, like, get a power when you start, you're gonna get smoked.
Yeah, because again, like, the only thing, like, so, like, yeah, you're in Naruto, but, like, big fucking deal. You're just some rando in Naruto now, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
we're saying this has to be a shonen world? Oh, fuck.
Okay, okay. So,
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be tough without a power.
yeah, hold on.
Yeah, right? Like, maybe if you started as a baby in, like, Grappler Baki and knew you had to train, you know?
Oh, okay, hold on. If this is
That's about the best we could do without a superpower, you know?
Well, hold on. What if it's a reincarnation situation where we realize everything is going on? We've got plenty of time to prep.
Okay, well, that's different, though. That's true. That's true. I did kind of change the game there.
Yeah.
So, because that was one of the only things I could think, because, again, most of the time, if you just get teleported into one of those, you're just going to get beat up.
That's true. It is true.
Because, again, like, you just end up in Bleach, you'll just get beat up, you know?
I don't know if I want to end up there either way.
I'll beat myself up, but...
Like, damn it, how did I get here? This is bullshit.
Get wrecked in my first C-class mission if I was in Naruto? Yeah, exactly.
You just, like, teleport into the village. Like, who the fuck are you? Just, I'm some random guy, and they're like, alright, you know? Like, you could still hang there in the village and not be a ninja. You don't have to be a ninja in Naruto, so that kind of works.
Nah, you don't.
You could go work for the Ichiraku ramen guy.
Oh, yeah.
That would work.
Yeah, but again, like, being in the ninja world sounds pretty fucking miserable if you don't have a power.
Oh, yeah, it still sucks. Don't get me wrong.
Like, you could be, like, the Rock Lee of that world, but, you know.
Yeah, the village is always in danger. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, village is always in danger. Like, any world that's in, like, a shonen protagonist world usually kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
There's usually some huge drawback that I would just never want to be a part of.
Yeah, there's some low-level ones, but, again, those are all just kind of...
Like Digimon,
generic
Pokemon.
high school fight ones, you know?
Alright, Beyblade.
Okay, Beyblade?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
You could be in Yu-Gi-Oh! And still live a decent life. That's true. Now, you wouldn't... If you don't have a Millennium item or anything, or all the money in the world... You could still just hang around town and beat people at cards.
Yeah.
So I'll give you that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, because like...
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Works.
Any series where it's like... A shonen series where it's like... Oh, it's in the real world. There's some secret things going on in the background. But you could probably do fine in those worlds.
Prince of Tennis. If you really, really practice the tennis.
RWBY.
Yeah? Well, you'd need a power for that, though.
I mean, you might get one if you just end up as a rando there.
Oh, that's true. If you're just a rando, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, or some god will come up to you and be like, "Hey, man, I'm going to give you a power." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or angel, whatever it was.
Well, if it was just you now, though, I mean, you're not middle schooler.
That's true.
But other than that, it was a normal world. So yeah, because there are those shonens where the world is not the most in danger it could be. But also, you wouldn't even know if you were a normal person.
Yeah.
Because you probably wouldn't interact with the, like, 7 people with powers in the world.
Yeah, like...
So that is a technicality that could happen.
Because, like, if I'm, like, let's say I'm in the Vanguard universe, like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, yeah, I'm just gonna go play fucking my locals, you know, and that's about it, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually work towards, you know, my actual career path.
That's true. Trying to be like the Vanguard Pro Circuit player or whatever.
Yeah, that would probably not be the thing I would be doing. I would just be like, oh yeah, I just go play locals where everyone else plays at the card shop in fucking their first season.
Mm-hmm. Just hang out and have fun.
Yeah, it's easy.
Okay, that would work.
You know, you just have to like kind of like, you know, figure out how to, you know, maneuver your way through the series.
That's true. That's true.
Like, you're that character that's like, oh, fucking shit. God damn it. This guy's a main character. I'm out of here, man.
I'm done.
I'm not doing this anymore.
I'm done. This guy's hair has 18 different tones to it and more spikes than a hedgehog. I'm out. What
do you mean you're out? What do you mean? This is a normal dude. Oh my god, you look like a side character. Nope.
Right?
Oh, no.
Yo, Lucian, hello. How's it going?
Thank you for the subscription to Patreon, by the way.
Yeah, definitely.
I saw the notification while we were at a show, and then I was like, oh, I'll go message him when we get back. And then we got back, and I was tired.
True.
And then I forgot.
That show did kind of wear us out because it was so janky.
It was a very wild show.
That was a really janky show.
Yeah, they had a lot of bootleg stuff there. It was really funny.
The booth that just sells poor quality screen caps on coasters was there.
Yep.
They don't even bootleg in like 4K, chat. What's that about?
Yeah.
I almost want to tell them. I'm like, you know you can screen cap from the Blu-rays, right? Like, what's that about? You know?
Come on, man. You guys can do better.
Come on. Like, this is lazy even for bootlegs.
I know. It was frustrating to have to sit next to that. Or not even
well, we just had to look at it.
Yeah. For a little bit.
Yeah, right. When we walk through the dealer room.
Yeah, let's go say hi to our friends.
Yeah, right. Do you need to fix the angle on the sword or something?
No, this is
okay.
correct. It's just that the I'm gonna have to ink over it basically.
Got it.
It was not looking good. You could definitely tell. It definitely was subpar quality. It was not super
Fully pixelated, but I could tell this looked like it was from a YouTube video.
Yeah.
That's the look it had for sure. It wasn't full on like, what is that? The 130p 3 parts, but it was looking bad. And then there was a booth that just had nothing but trace art.
Oh, God, yeah, that was rough.
We've seen them at other shows too, which is worse. Like, that's also just miserable.
Yeah, no, I'm never a fan whenever we run into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, right.
But we won't be going to that show anymore anyway, because it kind of sucked.
Yeah, I mean, you make the bare minimum, but it's just not worth it. And I was weirded out by it, too, because San Antonio is, like, starved for anime shows. They have, like, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, actual, factual nothing in terms of shows aside from San Japan.
All right. Sure to take a drink whenever you get the chance.
All right.
Being ordered to remain healthy.
But yeah, it was not a good show. It's a long story.
Yeah, there was a lot of just like, Several of the quote artists just had like official art they photoshopped some Japanese text in with and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah.
That was a booth. There was like a whole booth that had that where they just took like they just edited some screen caps and then added Japanese text to make them kind of look like bad magazine covers, I guess was what they were going for, but I didn't even get that feeling. You said a magazine, and I was like, I guess that's what they're going for?
Yeah, it's a magazine cover they were going for.
Yeah.
It was alright.
Yeah, that looked terrible. The booth that sells resin stuff with screenshots added in was there.
My only complaint, really, was that we were, day one, put into a dark room.
Yeah, they had us in the same room as where everyone was playing video games. And day one, they were just like, it will be impossible to see the projector without being in the dark.
Which was bullshit.
Was bullshit because they had it on and it was fine when we left for breakfast.
Zared says how much to put me in there and make it rubies with a Z.
But no, that's pretty funny though.
That is funny.
I can't do it right now. This is actually meant to become a print, so
Right.
I need to go. That's why
We should you could like get a little bit and then just add him in the sketch with them.
Yeah, that's true.
Send them the sketch.
Which reminds me, I'll give that
Oh, you done already with the sketch, by the way?
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you. Yeah, just add Zared in the sketch there.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of weird weapon would Zared have in this universe, though?
Well, anything that becomes a gun.
Yeah.
It's only stipulation.
Yeah, anything. Obviously, his muscles become guns. Because he's already been to the gun show.
It's true. The gun show, bruh.
Exactly. He's just gonna flex, and then like miniguns are gonna pop out of his biceps.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's gonna happen.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Seems very believable.
Mm-hmm.
A stick man on a sticky note and add it in. That's funny. John, how's it going, my man?
John lives, and he got it here before we ended.
Right? Yes, this is an Old Spice commercial. That's what it'll be.
Old Spice odor blocker body wash.
Yeah.
Too powerful.
Yeah, Zared just. The miniguns come out.
By the way, I'm gonna need that pencil back, actually.
Oh, are you?
I'll eventually put a scythe. I'm gonna finish this portion first.
Oh, okay. You shouldn't hand it to me then.
I didn't think about it.
That's cool, don't worry.
I'm just gonna do this first to get like the outlines on them a bit thicker,
Mm-hmm.
so they have a bit more of a less like sort of like before, like they feel more thought out rather than just sketched out.
Mm-hmm. Well, the fans do like them thick.
My
The
lines,
lines,
that is.
Oh shit. He did take the drink, right?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Yes.
But you're also being vibe checked now to sit up straight.
Oh, my
I
ass.
feel like we need to get some risers for the desk. Because then you could sit closer and your knees wouldn't crash into the drawers.
Yeah.
So that's what we need to do.
My balls.
We'll use RTX money to buy shit to prop this desk up next for like 4 inches.
I've been told to not get my hopes up for RTX, but alright.
I mean, I think we could afford desk risers at least.
Nah, it's impossible. No.
Maybe just some 2x4s?
Alright, maybe that'll work. No, I was just told by multiple people to keep my hopes low just because of COVID, and this being the first show back from COVID.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, they have weird Adult Swim style YouTube ads everywhere, so they must be pretty confident.
Yeah, so did ECC, but again, we didn't really do that one.
That's true. I feel like cons in Austin usually aren't that bad, though.
No, they usually draw the right sort of people.
Mm-hmm.
And by that I mean people that, want my stuff.
Yeah.
And
People with money.
yeah. I mean, you have to have money to live in Austin. Jesus.
It's true.
Jesus fucking Christ.
True.
Y'all's bills is insane.
You gotta have money to keep it weird.
And gerrymandered.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like how I always check your posture? Meanwhile, I'm playing on my PS5 built like a fucking shrimp.
It's true.
I'm a banana-shaped fuck. I am.
That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes in the video game world.
Heard of banana fish. This is banana fuck.
Very similar vibes, yeah.
Very similar vibes.
Similar energy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I do think this E at the end is kind of funny though.
Oh yeah.
For Zared, yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Gives me like Dragon Ball Fighters vibe.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. No, that's definitely funny. Which we did meet a very nice individual at the show. Speaking of fighting games.
Oh yeah, that guy was pretty cool. Yeah, John, this guy, I swear to God, he was just San Antonio, Santiago. He straight up like had a very similar face, but he was about a foot taller or something. I swear he was at least 6 inches taller than Santiago. Yeah, he was like tall and like if I had blindfolded you and this guy started talking, you'd think it was just him. He had the same voice.
Yeah, and then but yeah, he was pretty chill. Then we met somebody who was cosplaying as Kiji Brother.
Oh yeah, that was pretty sick.
John hasn't seen that one yet.
That's true. Yeah, we need to get John to watch Dawn Brothers.
Dawn Brothers.
Let's see. Always on the brink of promoting myself to customer at Big Coffee.
Getting there. Just need to make sure that these lines are good.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, like, I don't want them to like kind of blend in with each other.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Especially since there's like 4 of these characters. And I know color will help a bit, but like having a good block out character as well is helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Having thick lines also I think is good for art, at least for my art. Or,
Yeah, I would agree.
just because it gives it that bold confidence.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look as timid.
People say it gives them like a comic book vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't want my characters to look, my art to look like it's timid.
Gotcha.
You don't want it to be, what is it, submissive and breedable?
Sure.
No, I'm just...
Yeah, that's the word I would definitely use. You know me. Yeah. It's language I would
This
say.
is powerful art.
This is not submissive. God, things to say to get myself canceled.
It's Pride Month, don't worry.
No one cares about me in Pride. What are you talking about?
Thank you. Lucian says this piece looks awesome.
Appreciate it, yeah. It's a little unbalanced right now just because what's going to end up happening is I'm going to color it and I'm going to have to crop it properly to fit the 11 by 17.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
So I just needed to get like these characters on there so it'll look good. Then it'll be properly cropped afterwards.
Got ya. Yeah, I'm not really much into RWBY either, so let's say, because they said, I wish I got into RWBY. I distinctly remember my friend trying to get me into it while I was having a depressive episode in the middle of my middle school's cafeteria. That's probably not a good time to try to get you into anything.
Honestly, no. I remember when my friends in high school tried to get me into RWBY, but I was just like, bro, this animation is terrible.
Yeah, I think it was just like I saw the first season and I'm like, oh, this is just one of those Newgrounds battle videos.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's also because the stuff was kind of cringy.
Yeah.
It was just
The first season I think everyone says the first 2 seasons are really rough, right?
it's the first season that's super
at
rough.
At least the first season for sure.
The first season's super rough. The second season is tolerable because it's not as much about.
It's not trying to be an anime.
Yeah,
that's what makes the first season really kind of cringy, in my opinion. From what I remember, it's like it just seems kind of like it's trying to be an anime.
Like, you know, like how when things are anime, but like for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, that's
like,
a good way to put it.
Like they focus too much on like, oh, we're gonna be derpy, we're gonna have all these fun little emojis and emotes, for their being derpy characters and things like that. But and then like only kind of halfway went in on the serious tones of the series. Because then we just have cool fights, and it was like, yeah, I mean, if I want cool fights, I'll go watch just another Machinima thing.
Yeah,
and
you could watch just Super Mario Bros. Z if you wanted cool Newgrounds fights.
That is true.
That was the shit right there.
It was. It still is. It's something like that, though. Like you look at that and you go, yeah, that's what's happening here, and you just kind of like, nah, I don't need that. I don't want that.
I mean, that first season is really short, though, right, or something?
Yeah, it's very short, and it's very hard to get through.
Yeah.
Because, again, it does all the bad anime tropes that aren't as interesting, and it does them poorly, even then, And then season 2 introduces some more characters and starts getting into more of the quote-unquote intrigue, the political intrigue,
to an actual plot.
Yeah, that gets to the plot, that's it. Gets to a plot, and then you're like, okay, yeah, I see what they're going for now. I still don't like the music. That's another thing, too. I couldn't get into the music.
I don't really know the music off the top of my head.
It's alright.
Yeah.
It's trying to be an anime, but not doing it as well as it could. Just because it's not an anime.
Yeah.
I think that's the big problem I have with a lot of shows is sometimes they'll try too hard to be an anime, and they don't need to be. That's why RWBY gets a little bit better in seasons 3 through whatever we're on now, because it finds a place where it fits. Like it discovers that where it needs to fit into the
yeah. Just because you like anime doesn't mean you should try to make everything you create an anime.
Exactly. Because they also do some other stuff where it's a lot more interesting, like where there's characters who die and there's consequences for those other characters' actions. And it overall becomes a much more interesting series that way, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, it's set on like a timing thing for the drinking, because otherwise you could spam it a fuckload. We ran into that at the beginning.
But yeah, I do remember that was probably the reason why I was just like, I'm not interested in this show.
Yeah, because again, yeah, that's why I think I had a lot of these conversations with people when I was in college too, where it's like just because you like anime doesn't mean you have to make an anime. Making an anime or saying like, well, I have to do it this way because anime does this is a trap you could fall in, and you shouldn't be doing that. You should be like, well, what do I like and what should I make that is something that I like.
Yeah.
Rather than being like, well, it has to have these anime tropes in it or things like that. And again, maybe they liked anime and they wanted to have something that has those things because they thought they were funny.
Yeah.
You can never really tell.
Yeah, it's just that I always feel like when people try to replicate anime, it just comes off as cringy usually.
Well, it's because they always seem to replicate the things that I don't think are what makes anime good.
That's true.
They usually replicate the comedic aspects of it. I'm gonna need that paper back. Yeah, just a little bit here. So it's like that. I don't think those.
You're trying to replicate the more I would use authentically Japanese kind of elements or something.
Yeah, they just don't really work.
Yeah. It's like when someone is writing some fanfic about anything else, but they have someone call someone a baka or something. even though it's like, well, this character wouldn't even say that, you know?
Yeah.
That kind of thing, you know? It's just something like that, you know? The middle school person who uses stuff like that
They use like baka and they should
in their everyday language to be super weeby or whatever.
Yeah, and they just...
It's just weird. You know, like they're trying to emulate all the weird parts of anime.
They're just trying to, yeah, they're just like, look, I can actually move this a bit since I have actually a bit of freedom to move this. Move this so it fits a little bit better in my, because I want
Do you need this light off, or can you see everything?
I can see everything just fine.
Okay, just make sure.
I'm just going to move this a little bit so that the sight fits a bit better.
Yes, the light bright is back, John.
Dude, this light bright changed the game.
It really did. But yeah, I don't know. Like, the reason I bring that up is because I had a classmate back in college who really liked anime, and, you know, but their art wasn't anything to write home about. Not because it was like, you know, they just were bad at art. It was just because they just would not take any time to study or look into, you know, real life.
Gotcha.
They'd only draw from anime, and you can ask any person who draws comics in any format, you know, regardless of if it's in Japan, France, or wherever. Every single person there is referencing something, is getting reference from real life. That's what makes it look good, is because it's referenced. Like, and then there's we joke about, you know, battles without honor or reference here on the channel all the time. You know, but you should always reference.
But I'm referencing anime.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. Is you're referencing anime, you're not referencing real people. Because even the people who make the anime reference real people. That's why a lot of people think that, you know, people who do anime and stuff like that, it's just, you know, very parasitic. None of these people who are doing anime now or anything like that ever went outside.
Yeah. I could see that.
Like, there's no... That's why most of the characters don't feel like real people, is because, well, the people who make this series hate real people.
Yeah. You get into anime to escape real people.
Yeah, and, like, but I feel like the people who make anime and such like that, you can actually tell the difference between the people who make it and the people who read it. Because, like, the people who make it, they always have this kind of, you know, love of humanity in the work that they make.
I get what you mean, yeah.
Like, regardless of it being an escape from it, like, you know, there's still like a belief that people are good, or that people have something going for them, at least in the more popular and more successful series.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's something, you know, they think that is good about being human.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I was reading, what was it? Like, you read, like, even this trashy manga that, or anime, I remember Mike was telling me it was good, and then I saw something on Twitter for it, and then I was like, oh shit, this they actually got together. It was from Interviews with Monster Girls.
Which one?
It was
that one? I don't know that one.
It was the one where, like, it's this teacher who's a biology teacher who ends up just, like, working at a school with a bunch of demi-humans. And there was, like, there was, like, a vampire, Doulahan, the other...
Just a bunch of stuff.
The other teacher was a succubus. That was, like, her main joke, was the fact that she had to wear a tracksuit and be as unattractive as possible.
I think I know the one you're talking about now.
But there's, like, just random parts of it where it just talks about, like, you know, where it'll talk about, like, you know, what does it mean to, you know what you want to do with your life, or like why do you have to have dreams and things like that, and you know why do you always have to, like, you know, be on the pursuit for finding a place in the world, and you know you can just let it come to you, and you're like, man, this is really fucking deep just for a show that's supposed to be, like, you know, funny in a comedy series. Because like that, there's those random parts where
Sean says, what is love?
Yeah, exactly. Baby Don't Hurt Me, like things like that. So you're like, you see that and you're like, well, yeah, obviously, because the person who's creating this is creating this from a place of, you know, they want people to, you know, read this and feel like, you know, even if they're out of place or they don't belong anywhere, that's not the thing they should worry about. Like, so it's the same thing with most people who create anything. They're creating anything for a purpose. So, aside from revenue.
Yeah.
But they're usually basing it off their own personal experiences and things like that.
Definitely.
Like, you can't really write anything you haven't experienced.
It's tough. It'll come across as fake usually.
Yeah, or disingenuous. At worst.
That's what I mean, like fake. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that. Like, so, like, I think people like really need.
Because you can always tell, like, a genuine, like a series that's genuinely made versus one of those boardroom animes.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about, like when they brought back Inuyasha, and it's just like, all right, this was made in a boardroom, Yeah,
Rumiko Takahashi didn't really have much.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think Rumiko Takahashi had almost any input on this, it felt like. That's what it felt like, at least. Everyone says that it gets better the farther it goes. I think it's because they realized the fucking first part just sucked ass.
Yeah.
But
it's stuff
I
like
don't know.
It's stuff like
I
that.
wouldn't go back to it just because the first part was so bad.
But it's stuff like that, though. Like, where, you can tell if it's just made
You
for
can
a
just
buck.
tell. Yeah.
Like
Boruto really feels like that.
Like, audiences aren't stupid, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, audiences are usually pretty savvy, and at least in the sense of, like, they can tell when something is made and it's made well and something that's made as a cash grab.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like...
You always know the cash grabs.
Yeah, you always know the rainbow capitalism, Like...
Just the trash sequels. Any trash sequel made ever.
But yeah, like, stuff like that. That stuff is always frustrating, because you're just like, ugh.
Mm-hmm. People will ruin any franchise with 17 trash sequels if they can.
Yeah. But the make that thing is shoot.
John says, I don't know. People watch Darwin's Game. Very sus.
Lol. What was it? But get back
that feels like a piece of shit also, but
yeah, I don't
like
to be fair, that thing is not nearly as popular as like One Piece was.
Yeah, right.
Or ever will be.
Mm-hmm.
But like, like going back to the other person is like that person who only drew anime stuff and wasn't like, feeling like they're gonna that didn't want to draw from real life or didn't want to look and reference things because it was quote unquote cheating. Like they're never gonna get any better because they didn't go out and try and experience life.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the number one thing about that. And anything that they make will just be that,
Yeah, the experience is sourced from an anime you watched.
Yeah.
It
won't be.
So you only have a philosophy based on just these animes. You didn't live life to kind of find your own thing.
Yeah, like you didn't think about like, oh well, I grew up this way or I felt this whenever I was, doing that. Like, it's not going to come across as like, oh, you're understanding what you're talking about. You just are saying this. Because, like, that person is still making comics, and she is just not good.
It's funny.
And they are very, much fetish bait for, like, they're supposed to be, like, these gay characters and things like that, but it just, it's not, like, interesting. It just is, like, oh, they're into yaoi, and that's pretty much it.
Got you.
Like, they're into the visual K scene, and then that's... And then, they like yaoi, and that's all you get from any of their work. You're like, well, okay, I know you like yaoi, and I know you like visual K, and that's about it.
Got you.
Nothing else you have given me.
But you don't have anything interesting to say about either of them.
Yeah.
You're just putting them on a page,
yeah,
right? Is
my
guess what you're going for?
Yeah, there's nothing interesting. It's just there. That's why it's like whenever we talk about, like building a brand or anything like that, we're talking about like finding your voice. That's what we were talking about. Like, what is it that your experiences make it so that the art that you can create makes it a unique and individual thing.
Yeah.
That's not, just you going online and tracing.
Yeah, right.
And making shitty product. Like, people can tell usually.
You would hope. Sometimes people just want a shitty product, though, I think.
Yeah, it really kind of...
Like, I really do feel that there's plenty of people who are like, I don't care about quality. I don't care about anything. They're like, I just want it. I just want this thing to exist. Or, like, they see the shirt that has the screen cap. It looks like shit. It's a screen cap shirt. It's good enough. That's all they want, is just a piece of, they want a shirt that has the thing on it, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, quality doesn't come into it. I think there's plenty of stuff like that people want. So I think that's how some of these shows are big. People just want a show that has some boobly girls boobling over a guy who has nothing special going on, just like them.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's no deeper meaning to it. There's no anything else. That's it.
But all those things never stood the test of time.
No, they didn't. But it was what they wanted.
Yeah.
At the time,
Yeah, that's what I'm going for too. Is I want things that's if you're trying to make something that is eternal.
Oh yeah, if you want something that'll last, yeah, you have to actually do something good.
Yeah.
That's different though.
No, and that's all I care about is what's going to be good. I don't care about the new hip thing that people are boobling about.
John says, just channel your inner Anthony Hopkins from Westworld and get 30 deep. Fuck yeah, now we're talking.
Dude, I really liked the first season of Westworld.
The second season's pretty alright too.
The second season wasn't so bad, but I really loved the first season. I thought the first season was amazing.
Oh yeah, that second season I do think had some pretty good like things going for it. Like again, like I didn't really like Dolores as a character. But I really liked when they went to Weeb World.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, come on, we're weebs. We're going to want to go to Weeb World. Yeah. Like, let's do this.
Because I also really liked, I'm blanking on the character's name, the robot from, the robot that was trying to get her daughter.
Oh, I think, isn't her name like Mabe or something like that? What's her character name?
I think that's her character name. That sounds right. But again, it's been a minute.
Yeah, she was looking for her daughter.
Yeah.
Her daughter from when she was a different character.
Yeah.
Which I like that. I thought that was a cool idea,
Mm-hmm. Because it gives her humanity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just Dolores is kind of a boring character.
I could see that, yeah.
Because again, she was in...
Yeah, after season 1, yeah.
She was really interesting in season 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then season 2, they're just like, okay, we're going to make her be the villain.
Yeah. Now we have to revolutionize the world,
Yeah, and you're just like,
Yeah, it was like, was that what this show was about? Like, I don't really know,
I mean, I got the idea from I like the part where, the violent delights have violent ends, so that made sense that would be what she would be purposed for, at the very end of the series, season 2. That's the end of season 2, right? Where she just goes...
That's season 2 is where they escape.
Yeah, end of season 1 is when everyone goes violent, when all the robots go violent.
Yeah.
So yeah, because when all the robots go violent and stuff like that, I was like, that's a really good end for season 1 because that was what they were building to.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of that the voice inside, that voice that was guiding you along was your own voice the entire time. It was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Things to edit in Photoshop.
All right. That's fine. That's how it goes.
Yeah. But...
And Bernard was a really good character.
Yeah, I loved his character.
He was great.
Yeah, some great, interesting stuff going on. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know. There was just a lot of mystery.
Yeah, that's one of the big problems I was having. There's another series that was doing that, where the mystery... Weiss. I like where it's going, and it's getting really hype, and I really like that scene where he's just sitting there next to the guy he killed.
That was crazy. I absolutely loved that scene.
That scene was very out of place, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Because it was just like... That felt like a film, a scene that you would see in an actual movie, you know what I mean?
No, that was like a real movie.
That was like... That's not something from a
cool.
TV show. That's not TV show shit.
Yeah, no, that wasn't Kamen Rider.
That was really good. I was just like, there's a part in every Kamen Rider show where the mystery gets unraveled, and now they have to deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
But it feels like there's still so much left in the show,
Mm-hmm.
and it feels like it starts to drag a little. Like this whole thing with Daiji being unbalanced feels like it's going a bit too long.
Yeah, I feel like this needs to end soon.
Which is fine, you know what I mean? Like, I understand that part. And then, like, the whole mystery, that we were getting through, now that we know pretty much everything that's going on in the series, it's just like, well, we need to finish this, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like if this was a movie, that all those plot points would have been revealed, and we would be at the finale probably 5 episodes ago.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
because like this guy, I'm really glad he didn't turn into a writer. I was really going to be annoyed if he turned into a writer. Because like there's too many writers in this, and that's another thing too. I feel like there's just too many writers in this season.
Yeah, I don't know if there's too many, but it feels like
because
the random dude. I don't feel like was needed to be a writer. You know, the weekend guy.
Yeah, I didn't think he needed to be one.
I didn't think he needed to be a writer. Like
Aguilera being a writer might have been. It's probably
okay.
Like I was okay with that. I don't like the design as much.
Yeah.
Like yeah, if it was just like the Igarashi siblings, and then the demons just gets retired because it's dangerous to use because it had Veil inside.
Yeah.
That would have been fine. I don't think we need it anymore. Over demons thing was a bit much. I do like that the reason behind why those experiments were happening on our Hiromi was so that he can make mass-produced drivers and things like that to fight.
That usually comes up in one of these ones where the organization has like a driver.
Yeah.
There's always some sort of goal to mass-produce it,
Yeah.
I feel like that happens a lot.
Yeah. So, like, there's a lot of things in this that I'm like, it feels like it's a little... That's why Dawn Brothers feels so good right now. It's because there's a lot of mystery still.
The mystery's still there.
And there's a lot of dynamic role because a lot of characters are moving around. Mm-hmm. Whereas with Weiss, all the characters have been established and are figuring out where they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's just taking a little longer than I expected. If that makes sense.
No, I feel exactly what you mean.
Because, now we have characters who are just starting to die. Like, the weekend people are dying now.
Yeah.
And I thought it was, pretty good for that episode when the dad died. Because that was fun.
That was really good.
Art house film levels.
That was really good.
That was just... Whoever did the directing on his thing, like he was saying, okay, you need to be like this. We want you to be just kind of like, this kind of confused look on you, like the way he was reacting to this whole thing was good.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that scene was great.
Yeah, like that's why like I see that scene and I'm like, wait, why the fuck did we have all this stuff where he's just being kind of derpy? You know what I mean? With his like. Being, oh yeah, I'm definitely fucking evil. You know what I mean? Like when he's making all those weird faces and shit.
Oh yeah.
You're like then you have this scene where it's just like, whoa, this is like weirdly like good,
Yeah.
Where like because that's why it's so weird is because you've just been exposed to him just being like, like making weird faces.
I'm the evil mustache curling guy.
Yeah.
And then now he suddenly has like. This whole other thing going on, kind of.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
So I'm just like, all right, what are we doing now?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm at right now with RWBY. Whereas like you have a really good mystery, and then all of a sudden like now we just have to get to the action, and the action is just taking too long.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what people are there for, is for the action. It's like it's legit with. Same with Westworld. You get past to the mystery of everything, and then now it's just all the action, and that's why season 3 is just
Yeah, I was surprised they got the final form already.
Well,
it felt just like 2 episodes too early or something. That's all.
It's fair, but it's just weird though because it's on episode 40. That was episode 40.
Yeah.
It means there's only 10 episodes left.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Like for this show, it feels like it was just a little early. Like I said, like 2 episodes.
No, I know.
Not a big shift.
I know it's just more like that's more of a nitpick, but like,
yeah, that's pretty nitpicky. But like, I don't know,
No, I agree with you. I agree that does feel like it did come a bit early because again, like as I said, like the mystery's all been solved. The only thing that's like really kind of left hanging right now is how are they going to fix Icky? Because he's lost all. He's starting to lose recent memories now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we still don't know what else happened. Like what. In terms of like, why is it that
walking outside? Yeah,
that thing in the opening, with why
like
is
the
he
evil him?
Yeah, what's that about?
Yeah,
there's a lot of different things that are like still there, but you're like, when are we gonna get to them?
Mm-hmm. No, I feel you.
Yeah, I just feel like this Daiji thing is just a little bit too long. It's a bit too long-winded.
Definitely.
That's my only complaint.
I thought he was gonna like legit merge with Veil when Veil offered.
Yeah.
I was like, I could see this. This sounds like kind of cool.
Yeah. And then just, yeah, but like him being in balance is really interesting and all that, but it's just like, it's taking a lot longer than I expected. Like, they're really hanging in on that.
Yeah, I'm like, man, they just need to have a final fight. Someone needs to get the shit beat out of them, and that's about where it's going to end.
Yeah, I do think the idea behind Daiji losing his way is a good plot point, and it also goes into that whole aspect that, you know, this character is all about family.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you have a character who has an inferiority complex to that character that's the main character.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, like, pretty much established early on, you know, with the whole Kagero thing.
Yeah.
Hey. Well, I'm interested to see how it ends. I'm interested to see what the new season's going to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's not long until it'll be the new one, you know? Because the new one always premieres around San Japan.
Yeah, it's always Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
And it'll always be July. Middle of July is when they reveal anything. So
we're getting close.
Getting close to me having to draw a new print.
Mm-hmm.
That Revice one didn't sell nearly as well as I thought it would. Now that I think about it.
I mean, it's sold pretty good. Like, I mean, I think it's done all right. It's just a Kamen Rider print. We didn't get to go to San Japan the year it was new. Remember?
That's true, yeah.
So we missed it. Like, and San Japan sold like a lot of Toku stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Plus, we had just some other shit tier shows in 2021.
Yeah.
So, but it seems like I think it's been doing about just as good as any of the other ones did every year.
That's fair.
Like I said, it only seems worse because we didn't get to do San Japan.
Yeah.
San Japan really helped us out on that.
That's true. I do remember that San Antonio was randomly Rider territory.
Yeah.
Plus, it's competing against that double print, so.
Oh, that's true.
And people are still buying the 0-1 print.
Because again, we didn't see them at San Japan, I think. Or we did that year, but...
Yeah, we did that year. We just didn't do it
But
for
we didn't get
Saber.
to see it again, you know?
Well, it's also because we just did not bother with Saber.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, that would have been the year... Right? Or no, we watched Saber there? No, we didn't watch Saber there, because that was COVID year.
Yeah, we watched Saber from home, yeah.
Yeah, so we would have had that 0-1 print there already.
Yeah, we would have had the Saber print as well. Because we would have had... Yeah, we would have had Saber and 0-1. We would not have known that Saber would have sucked.
No.
I mean, there were clues in that first episode.
Yeah, I remember just watching the first episode and being horrendously underwhelmed.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
I'm like, what is this? Well, this is... what? You know?
Yeah, no, I remember.
I'm like, what is happening?
I was there.
Yeah, right?
It was, in fact, rough.
Blue was the best part of episode 1.
Oh, he was. I assure you, I'm not anyone suspicious.
Yeah, right?
It comes in episode 2, he's like, why are you in on the line? It's like, I was told it was custom not to walk in buildings with your shoes on, so I'm riding a line instead.
Yeah, right.
You could just take your shoes off. Well, I assure you, I'm not anyone suspicious. I'm a normal Homo sapien.
Just a normal Homo sapien.
Yeah, no, Blue is great. I don't remember his name. Oh, it's Rintaro.
Rintaro.
No, I was like, I said I didn't remember his name.
We just
and then...
always called him Blue, though.
Yeah.
I remember Mike one time, he's like, man, y'all just calling them all by the colors like this is Sentai. And we were just like, I honestly don't remember most of their names.
Yeah, because they weren't very interesting.
Ninja guy who just constantly said strong every third word.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Whew.
I mean, I only remember the main character's name because they fucking shout it every fucking episode.
Yeah.
Toma!
Yeah, right. No shit. That series was especially bad about, like, the bad guys beat the shit out of the main characters and then they just walk away. You know?
Yeah.
Like, that, I hate when that shit happens.
Yeah, usually you know that they have to do it because that's part of, like, the formula.
It's when it's like constantly overdone.
Yeah, but it's also when it's like done
and
poorly.
It feels really poorly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that part in Wizard in the 2-parter where that guy beat the shit out of him, you know, and then he just like leaves, you know, and then they like come back and fight at the soccer field and all of that shit. And I was like, what the fuck, you know?
It was funny. I think I skipped those episodes because I was like, this is terrible.
Oh yeah, no, that was when the show went downhill.
Actually, I know for a fact I skipped that Beast 2-parter with the kid on the bike.
I can't even remember that.
Yeah, it was the whole thing where Beast teaches a kid how to ride a bike to impress some girl.
Ouch.
Yeah. I know I didn't watch it, but I remember that plot point.
Right.
I remember that was an actual plot point in a fucking Kamen Rider show.
Yeah, no, I don't remember that one. So, like I said, the shitty, like, they get to his backstory and it was just trash. I'm like, wait, what is this? This is so. These are just bad episodes.
Yeah, it was rough.
And it's funny because it was like very similar to Revice.
Oh yeah,
But Revice did it much better.
Well, it's because it was like right from the get go. You knew that he was trying to be a pro soccer player, but ended up getting
But stopped for some reason.
stopped for his family.
Yeah, that's right.
He said it was because it was for his family.
Yeah, that's right.
To help run the spa.
Yeah, but he actually forgot.
Yeah. Yeah, which was actually a pretty interesting episode, series 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was part of the.
Well, he ended up forgetting, I guess.
Yeah. Things were forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
I do like, though, that one of the things I think has been really interesting about Revice as a show is with the release of the writers and stuff like that, they're never spoiled by the magazine, usually.
That's true. They weren't really spoiled that much.
Demons wasn't spoiled by a magazine. Aguilera wasn't spoiled by a magazine.
Yeah.
The only thing that was really... and then, like, all the other forms for Iki the magazines came out after the episode, except for the final form.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I was like, oh, this is good.
Yeah, they did do a much better job of that, I think.
Yeah, which I was like, man, I can't believe I haven't been spoiled by any of these fucking forms.
Bless you.
Thank you. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm down for... Like, Dawn Brothers right now, everything is going on, and I'm just excited for.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a shame, because I want to be excited for both of them, you know?
I still like Revice a lot. So.
No, I do too, but I'm not... Whenever the new episode for Revice is on, I'm like, I'm ready to figure out what's going to happen, but I'm not like... Holy shit, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, yeah. Most of the big stuff is over.
Yeah.
Like you said. There's probably like one or two more good twists somewhere in there.
Yeah, I would agree. Because there got to be something going on with, like, why is, they had that opening scene where they're in, whatever, they were in South America or something like that.
Yeah.
And they found that's the Gifu stamp.
Yeah, they still didn't really say like how it got there,
Yeah.
as far as I remember.
No, they haven't said anything.
Because like, if this guy was the emissary of Geef, like, why was this there, shit like that.
Yeah, if he's been around for forever, like, who the fuck was that guy?
Yeah. Weird stuff.
Yeah. Definitely. So yeah, I'm interested to see where it ends.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just that we're at a part where it's like, okay, you've set the stage very well. Now you have to like actually execute it well.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to execute it well, because that's one of the things that I don't want to have happen is be like this thing where it's like, oh, this is a very nice start, but we're gonna.
That happens with so many series, just in general.
Not even just Kamen Rider or Toku.
Just anything. Just anything. There's something that's like. It's easy to get a premise and start it and set it in motion, but like ending it is just really hard, I feel like.
And I agree, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I feel like endings are just really rough.
Yeah, they're tough.
Especially if maybe I don't know, you know, if you don't have the full ending in mind or something.
Definitely, yeah. If you don't have an ending in mind, like, or don't know how you get to that ending, it just can be make or break a series.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, thank God One Piece knows what it's doing.
Yeah, I would agree.
At least it seems like it knows what it's doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a time when I'm reading One Piece and I'm just like, what is happening? Why are we here? You know?
Yeah, no, I've never been there yet. I mean, usually if I ever say what is happening, I'm like, holy fuck, what is happening?
Oh, yeah, I mean, like, in the way where you're just
mad,
confused and angry. Yeah, that kind of, like, why are we here? What are we doing? What is happening?
Mm-hmm.
But what are we doing? You know?
Chilling, man.
If you're channeling Shane like that, you know?
Oh, yeah, then that means that the show is probably not good.
Something's happened. Something's gone wrong. When you're angrily rolling the blunt while the Superman theme plays.
I do love every time Mike comes over and does that.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. I'm kind of surprised you decided to paint the background. And not just do a flat digital like you did last time.
Oh, I've done this before with with Joker.
That's true, yeah.
And since it's just a red, I think it would look nice as well. You can usually get a pretty good flat color out of this, and you just have to do a few coats.
Got you.
So, plus also it helps me with what's the word? Doing the colors for these characters, so it matches this red a little better.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean there.
Cause like,
that makes sense then.
Yeah,
you put it that way.
Because you know like how color matching is tough to do whenever you like, oh, I've done these characters in these colors and they look really good together when it doesn't match the background color.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I could see what you mean there.
So I'm just gonna do this.
Because to me, it just seems like, you know, because I'm just remembering how you did it last time, and it just seems like kind of a free roll to just, you know, color them all and then scan it in and just, you know, paint the bucket, you know, or you know what I mean. It's fancier than that, but
yeah, no, I know what you mean, but like again, like even then, like I want it to, you know, kind of reflect more what I do now anyway.
Devin's here. It says play Superman theme. Fucking hilarious. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, anytime Mike does that.
It's the funniest shit ever.
You don't even like anime, you know?
What are you even doing here?
Yeah. Tired of being everyone's dad. Tired of being everyone's father.
Yeah, I was like, father. I was like,
yeah, I was like, bro, no one asked.
I don't even know you.
Yeah, like, no one asked.
Bro,
you know?
Like, legit, I remember, like, hearing that and being like, to be fair, I think this was happened when I was on a lot of painkillers.
Maybe. I don't remember, but I feel like...
I was at Akon, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if that happened today, though, I would have been like, this is a Wendy's.
Sir, this is...
I would have just said that. Just been like, Shane, this is a Wendy's.
Yeah. Because, like, my dude, like...
You're taking that role. Like, you're the one doing it.
Look, man, like, no one asks for most of anything.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to, like, needing somebody to be there, like, to, you know, parent somebody.
Yeah.
That's not your actual kid.
You didn't have to say yes to giving Austin the first blunt you rolled, just so he could, like, attempt to get with some random cosplayer girl.
Yeah, like, it's not even like that.
That he had just met. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't have to say yes to that.
Yeah, he didn't have to say yes to a lot of different things.
Yeah.
It's just because it's, like, the people who for some reason, like, put responsibility on themselves for other people's actions, like, all that misery is on them, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like...
Yeah, he didn't have to do that at all.
Like, you have to make sure to set boundaries.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, every sort of thing you do. Like, you can't just be like, I'm going to save everyone, you know?
Yeah, this is a Wendy's. Yeah, I love that shit.
People out there, like, trying to save everyone. It's like, bro, you just don't.
Yeah, like, Shane, nobody... Like, yeah, Austin asked you for this or whatever, but you could have just told him no. Again.
Like, yeah, like...
You didn't have to.
Like,
you don't owe him that.
Yeah.
You don't, you know?
Yeah, again...
Like, I wish I'd have realized, like, I didn't owe these people my time just because they thought we were, like, super close or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't owe them my time.
Yeah, no. And
you know, I could have stayed no whenever I wanted.
Yeah, like, friends, like...
like, I regret that.
Yeah, like, people, like, again, like, you don't owe anyone anything, even if they are your friends. Like, like, boundaries exist for a reason, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like... And you can just say, look, I'm setting a boundary. And if they don't like that, then that's them. That's not you. That's them. That's...
Yeah. You only owe them, like, money if they lent it to you. That kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you don't owe anyone anything.
You don't know people, like, emotionality, you know, that kind of stuff.
Just anything. Literally anything. You owe nobody anything.
Well, no, if someone lends you $5, you owe them.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you don't even owe them to lend them that much.
Oh, yeah, no, if you're the lendee, or the lender, if you're the lender, I don't have to lend you $5. But I'm saying if someone lends you $5,
you shouldn't...
on the condition that you give them $5 back, then you do owe them.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like...
Yeah, you're saying you don't have to be the lender.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that makes sense.
Yeah, you don't owe anyone to be a lender, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't owe anybody anything other than your
Exactly. Devin says you got to set healthy boundaries for yourself. Yeah, exactly.
And if they don't want you to, if they think you setting healthy boundaries for yourself is fucked up, then it's not worth your time.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, oh, okay, I see you don't respect me enough to let me have my boundaries. We are done here. Cool. Thank you. Thank you for making this easy.
Yeah, I wish I had realized shit like this when I was young, you know?
Oh, yeah. It's easy. Now,
it's easy now, you know, now that you've suffered the consequences.
Oh, yeah. What we're trying to say is, chat, learn from us.
Learn from our mistakes.
You know,
we're supposed to learn from old people's mistakes.
Yeah. We made the mistakes so you don't have to.
I was wondering, is that part of that scythe or not? That little part you painted in between...
No.
Her hand and the other hand?
Yeah, possibly.
Okay, we'll fix it in post if we need to. For now, it's fine. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah, I know what you mean. But again...
Because there's another part that I thought was the scythe. That is like...
That's the scythe.
No, I don't have anything to point with. Where's your ruler?
Which part is the scythe?
I was wondering if it was this part. There's like a little part right here. See? I was like, this is Weiss's hand, and this is Yang's head, but this part in between...
Is her foot.
Is that her foot down there?
That's her foot.
So there's like a lot just right there, so...
Yeah, I know.
Okay, that's all I'm
hence having to do these thick lines.
Okay, so now I kind of see where it's... Okay, now I see where this is merging together. Okay. I thought it was either the scythe or the background.
No, it's...
Okay, it was their foot.
It's their foot.
Gotcha.
Let's see, Devin says, yeah, as long as the condition is set beforehand. I hate people that do something for you and then expect a certain thing in return that was not mentioned. Oh, yeah, no, that's miserable.
Yeah. Yeah, like, expectations need to be stated. Like, this...
Yeah.
That's, like, rule number one with any sort of relationship with any human being.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you have expectations, you need to clearly state them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't just, like... Man, I expected this person to do this thing I never told them I was expecting of them because I have expectations that have been put upon me as a person that I expect everyone else to have had the same, upbringing and, things like that. And you're like, well, that doesn't make any sense.
Don't have great expectations unless it's the book.
It's true. Honestly, setting yourself up for expectations, that's ableist.
Oh, damn, you're right.
That's why I expect nothing of anyone. That's ableist. No. But yeah, no, you should just, make your intentions clear. That's like the most problems people have are usually based upon like that lack of communication, that lack of understanding of...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Or that lack of making that boundary or making that conscious decision to say something.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'd be shocked, actually, how much, like, by you just saying something, how it can just really change the dynamic.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You'd also be shocked how much it just won't change the dynamic, and then you need to just get out of there.
Oh, yeah. You're like, oh.
Again, that's the shit you should realize, but sometimes you don't.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're like, well, we've been friends for forever. You think they would respect me? And
it's totally normal to come over and harass your friends in the middle of the night when you tell them not to.
Yeah, or like when it's like, bro, it's just a joke.
So
that's the big one. It's like, bro, it's just a joke.
Oh, when they say it's just a joke, that kind of thing.
But they're actually just saying something just clearly hurtful and.
Oh
really,
yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah, sometimes
you're just like, oh, you're just saying this horrible fucking thing, and you're just like, bro, it's a joke. Calm down. Why are you so sensitive, bro?
It could be a joke though, and then maybe someone needs to tell you, but
doesn't matter. if someone if it's
No, I'm saying if it
hurts
was, and
someone's,
then they tell you. That's what I'm saying.
but if it still hurts their feelings, that doesn't mean anything. By saying it's just a joke.
No. I'm saying you were saying it because you thought it was just a joke, and then they tell you, and if you stop, that's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you should still apologize.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, if they tell you it's getting to them and you keep going, that's different than you said something and it got to them and then you apologize and you stop.
Yeah.
That's way different.
Yeah, but the real key is stopping too, because like someone can apologize and it doesn't mean anything if they keep doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
That one's a real big one. Just saying you're gonna change and you're gonna do shit. That one's a big one. But point is, set boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
And if the boundaries are broken, escape. Run.
True.
Run away and never return. And that's a variety stream.
Mm-hmm.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
We're talking about Weiss.
Talk about something.
Shane Blunt, yeah.
Yeah, the Shane Blunt scene, yes.
Yep, there we go.
Legendary Shane Blunt scene.
Yeah.
It's a fan favorite.
Honestly, that is cinematic poetry, right?
It really is, though, honestly.
It really is.
Like, oh man, I want to film a movie and have that scene in there.
Yeah. Just have that scene, someone just be like, man, I'm tired of being
Pay to license the Superman music. Yeah, and everything.
Oh, yeah. If I go crazy, will you still? I know
That's the wrong Superman song, but that's fucking funny.
I know. Hey man.
Yeah.
If we can't get one of them, we'll get the other.
Yeah, I'm sure Matchbox 20 could use a sandwich.
Yeah.
Actually, we wouldn't be paying them. We'd be paying whatever company owns them, basically.
Yeah.
So they'd be fine. They wouldn't need a sandwich. They'd charge us real money.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, I know. That's the real tragedy.
That's the real tragedy. We'd have to pay.
The real tragedy is we can't exploit these poor artists.
It's honestly so true.
What a tragedy.
But yeah, no. I'll be down to use that song just as a Also, if Shane saw the movie, we don't want to let him know that we're just making blatant fun of him.
Well, no. That's why you put the part at the end. You know, all of this is a work of fiction, not based on anything. That's what that's for.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why they have that in the movie. I don't know if you know that.
No. That's funny though.
Yeah, they have that so you don't get sued. It's not there to be like, oh, by the way,
Giant robots don't exist. That's not what it's there. It's there so you don't get fucking sued by anyone you're actually kind of making fun of, basically.
Oh, yeah. It's like with Ovid making fun of Augustus by saying, oh, Apollo, yeah, he's a fucking weirdo and a rapist.
Mm-hmm.
Augustus, great guy though.
Mm-hmm.
He really loves Apollo. I feel like that's actually most myth, at least in Roman and Greek.
Probably.
It's usually some sort of social commentary that they can't get away with.
Makes sense. There's a lot of stories that are like that.
Yeah. But yeah, see how flat this is already?
Mm-hmm.
Just needs a few coats and things like that, and usually you're pretty good.
Yeah, I got you. I just, I'm thinking of just,
No.
I don't know. I just thought it was, I was thinking of, again, the way you made it last time.
Yeah.
I know you did all the coloring digitally, but I was just thinking, I don't know, just, color these characters, find a background for it that works, probably just a flat red again, you know?
Nope. I'm gonna do this the old-fashioned way.
Got you.
The way God intended.
Oh, shit. So whose land are we stealing, then? It's the way God intended.
Steal the neighbors if you want.
You're right.
It's a little old lady.
That's true.
Can't possibly put up much of a fight.
Mm-hmm. And she is a devout believer, so this is just testing her faith. This is why God sent us to steal her house.
Yeah.
To test her faith.
Yeah.
It's like Job, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old Testament God, Fucking asshole.
Dick.
Piece of shit. Fucking clown. Then he caught his son and calmed the fuck down.
No, I like that theory that's just kind of like God couldn't comprehend human suffering until, like, you know, Jesus, when he, like, made an aspect of himself human.
Yeah.
And suffered, like he was just so above everything that he could not understand human suffering. He's like, what do you mean? I've done all this great stuff for you, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean you're suffering? That doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't understand it, you know?
To live is to suffer.
Like, I kind of like that idea in a way.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's an interesting take on it.
Definitely, I would agree. It's a very more literary kind of...
Yeah, it's a bit more of a literary take on it, but...
Yeah.
Because, again, if you're just believing everything, then it's like, well, you know, he already knew everything from the very beginning, so of course,
yeah.
you know.
Fallible beings are much more interesting, too.
Oh, definitely.
Because also it makes more sense, too. Like, again, like someone who can't just comprehend something because it just doesn't apply to them makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's something you can just see in everyday life.
That's just real life.
Yeah. Like we were talking about earlier with, you know, like you can't write anything you don't understand.
Yeah.
You can't write about the sufferings of other people if you've never understood suffering.
Yeah, if you've never suffered a day in your life.
Yeah. That's why it's always like that joke about like, all right, we've got a panel on women's rights and a bunch of old white dudes.
Yeah, this is the panel about minority women's rights. Yeah,
it's a bunch of old white dudes.
Just some old white guys. Yeah.
Well, I think they should just get a job. I was a paper boy, and then now I got $72 billion. Why are they complaining?
You know, like that.
Yeah.
It
also my favorite one is the conservative cell phones where they talk about like, you know, they had a job and then they say what it was paying, and it's like, well, adjusted for inflation, you were actually making $27 an hour.
Yeah, you'd be making $27 an hour right now. You know.
Yeah. Weird.
I was making 1 nickel a week, you know?
It's like, oh, so you're making $100,000 a week, you know?
Yeah.
Some shit like that, you know?
Those memes are always good.
Yeah.
They're good, but in that way that makes you go, oh, God.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no. I don't understand. Oh, no. Life is suffering because we don't understand each other.
That's how it goes, man.
That's why we gotta go back to the Human Instrumentality Project.
Bro, I'm so down.
Gotta make sure everyone is just...
Human Instrumentality Project right now. Sign me up.
Gotta make sure everyone's just Tang.
I'm in. Tang's not that bad. Tang went to space.
Tang did go to space. Now, chat, I am signing this right now. I'm not done, but I just needed to make sure that signature was there so I didn't forget.
That's funny.
Now, chat, you may be wondering, isn't he getting a little ahead of himself?
All right.
You're right. I am.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know what you want to do right now because it's already like close to 9:40. You probably gotta let that dry.
Yeah, for the most part.
Shit like that. I don't know how involved you want to get.
Nah, I gotta let it dry, so I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna let her be.
Let her be. Let her be.
I'm gonna stream.
That Street song.
We got one more stream on Wednesday.
And we can stream Saturday.
Actually, we cannot.
Oh, what's going on? You got something you're doing, I guess?
Yeah, my mom is doing dinner.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it's her birthday's on the 29th, and she wanted to do a combined birthday with mine. So we're going to Free Play in Richardson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, me and Ellen.
Yeah, and some sort of creep show with Ellen?
She wants to get crepes.
Okay. I didn't. That's not what I thought it said, but I was like, I don't know what this says.
Yeah, it's crepes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, Ellen saw the crepe thing, was like, man, I want to get crepes. I was like, we can go get crepes, I guess.
Yeah. That's fair.
But yeah, so Saturday we won't be able to stream, but we can stream next Monday.
I mean, we could try to finish this on Wednesday if we start early.
Yeah.
Either start early or go late. One of those are your two options.
Oh,
So,
either or.
I don't know if you could finish this in 3 hours or not.
I could probably get pretty close. It's not a lot. Like, most of the stuff is done.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, one character's going to take a little bit of time. The Blake won't take nearly as long because she's not nearly as, complex.
Yeah, she's mostly like a silvery white kind of coat.
Yeah, we'll do Wednesday, see how it goes, and then from there, we'll figure it out.
That makes sense.
Because I want this to be, my deadline for it is this Thursday, is to finish it.
That's what we were hoping to do.
So we can have the print run on Friday.
Yeah. But if you have a lot of stuff going on Friday, then maybe...
Well, that's Saturday.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Never mind.
Sorry, for those of you...
because it's done European style or whatever.
Yeah, I have everything... Well, it's because the conventions end on Sunday usually. So I'm just like, it doesn't make...
The calendar on the wall is European style, and I haven't got used to it. So...
That's how it goes. It just makes the most sense considering how we work.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I just haven't gotten used to it yet.
Oh, perfect time. The cat. This cat has been wild today, man.
Cat. He's so sad.
Yeah, it's but yeah, I think we can finish this on Wednesday, and if not, I can finish it off stream.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I need to finish a few other things. I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more things to finish up.
Yeah.
By the end of the month that I want to get done. So once those 5 things are done, then it'll be a new month, and then I can have a whole new set of issues to worry about.
That's true. Alright, well, we're gonna head out. We're gonna go pet this cat who's incredibly sad.
Yep, so sad, so lonely, full of anger.
See what else is going on. So, but yeah, we're gonna head out. So everyone, thanks for hopping in, hanging out, talking with us, chatting. So have a great night. Watch Funky Space Wizard Battle.